What's up, y'all? This Humble World. If you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, please. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about the game from last night, the Alabama LSU game. Now, I've been talking to a lot of you delusional people about the game from last night, commenting back and forward. You know, some of y'all internet geeks, whatever. Y'all like to argue. I don't got time for that. I'm speaking facts. Like, Alabama does not have an easy schedule. Just because they lost to LSU does not mean LSU is their only competition. That's a lie. You know, Ole Miss is a tough team. Texas A&M, Mississippi State, you know, Georgia and Florida, Auburn. And they right now, for like the past 2 or 3 years, not LSU, but Georgia and Florida have not been on Bama's schedule. So yeah, I can admit that their schedule have been a little easier, but it wouldn't matter because they would still have to play one of those teams, either between Georgia or Florida, in the SEC championship game. But after last night's game, Bama not gonna play in the championship game. It's gonna be LSU against Georgia or Florida. I'm gonna say Georgia. But yeah, a lot of y'all saying Bama have a weak schedule. That's the reason why they keep winning all these games and championships. No, y'all just hating. Like y'all just hating because your team can't beat my team. I'm not from Bama. A lot of y'all might say I'm a bandwagon just because I'm not from Bama. You don't gotta be from Alabama to be a Bama fan. A bunch of y'all some hypocrites to that because a bunch of y'all not even LSU fans. Some of y'all's in New York. Some of y'all in North Carolina. Some of y'all in Arizona and shit. But yeah, I have nothing but respect for LSU. You know, that's a great team, powerful team. Every time Bama and LSU play each other, it always been close. I might have seen, I want to say 2016, they beat them. Bama won, they won 10-0. And then the year after that, they won like 20 something, I think 23, 24-10. And then they blew them out in Death Valley Stadium 29-0. And then LSU have finally lost this year. They won this year against Bama. You know, they was on a losing streak playing Bama they were losing like 7 or 8 years playing Bama. And then they finally won last night. So I got nothing but respect for LSU. I never trash talked them. I never said they suck. You know, LSU, they look pretty dangerous this year. I seen it coming. I didn't expect them to beat Bama. I didn't expect the game to be like a shootout like that. But before the game yesterday, I read an article saying that it's going to be a shootout, and it damn sure was. You know, everybody thought LSU was going to blow out Bama after it was like 33-16, and then y'all thinking that Bama's dynasty is over. Like, no, it's not. They just won a championship game just a year ago. You think they won't win another championship just because they got blown out by Clemson just a few months ago in 2019? No, Bama don't have no easy schedule. LSU have a tougher schedule. I think their schedule from last year was a lot tougher than it was this year because last year's schedule was like 4 or 5 tough teams, top 10 teams they had to play from like the beginning. They had played Miami. Well, that was last year. Ain't talking about last year. We're talking about this year. They played Texas or whatever. But yeah, LSU deserved that game last night. But I'm gonna say Bama only lost that game because if Tua had not dropped that ball at the red zone, beginning of the game would have been over for LSU. Bama would have won 48-14. 48-46. And I was just commenting to somebody earlier. They're talking about if it weren't for the field goal, the blocked field goal. I mean, I didn't watch the game. You know, I was out. I was vlogging. If you're new to my channel, you know, like and subscribe. And you can go check that out because I was vlogging yesterday. But yeah, anyways, somebody has said it was a blocked field goal. You can't put no play in like that. You can't talk about you just can't talk about that. Like, Bama just that team, they can do that. But it wouldn't have made no difference. Bama would have still won the game if they had just scored that touchdown and Tua hadn't, fumbled the ball, dropped the ball. He didn't get sacked. He didn't get hit. He dropped the ball. The ball looked like it slipped out of his hands. And this isn't no excuse because he still played a great game, 4 passing touchdowns. He threw more yards than Burrows did. Burrows, he did a great job. He went like 31 for 39, and he did over 400 yards. Passed over 400 yards and like 3 passing touchdowns, and Tua did like 20 something for like 40, and that's one of my friends. Hold on. And then LSU do have one of the best secondaries. The secondary not like it was before, but they still have one of the best defenses. And this game was really great. Like I said, I have a lot of respect for LSU, but a lot of y'all be saying Bama have an easy schedule, and they don't. They don't. Like, how could, like, y'all hate to see them. Y'all hate to see them win, and y'all love to see them lose. But let's just say they lost a regular season game this year. Is it gonna stop them from going to the playoffs? No. They're not playing in the SEC championship game. LSU going. Bama's still gonna go. The season isn't over. LSU could lose in the SEC championship game. I don't know if they're gonna go. Well, LSU is gonna go to the playoffs, even if they lose. Even if they lose the game, the SEC championship game, whoever they play, I'm thinking Georgia. Even if they lose, they still going to the playoffs. Bama's still going to the playoffs. So if that happens, Bama going to the playoffs regardless, whether LSU win or lose the championship game, the SEC championship game. But so it's possible that Bama and Clemson not gonna see each other in the championship game. They might see each other in the playoffs. It could be. Right now, I'm thinking Bama, LSU, Ohio State, and Clemson. Bama might have to play Ohio State, or they might have to play Clemson. So this is gonna be the toughest college football playoffs since college football playoffs started. So whoever play that game going advance to the championship. And right now I'm predicting it's possible LSU versus Alabama. That could happen. It's a big possibility. Bama is still in the top 5. They ranked number 4, I think, after losing last night. That's what I read earlier. I got to go back and read that article, look at the top rankings. I might go on Instagram and look at that. But yeah, I just had to say this. Man. Like, y'all keep saying I'm a hater. Somebody said I was a hater because LSU won last night. How am I a hater? You read my comment. Bama lost fair and square. I have no excuses. They have an outstanding defense. 5 or 6 of their freshmen were fresh. They are freshmen. 5 or 6 of the players are freshmen. And today's Sunday. I need to go watch me a football game. But yeah, that's no excuse. The freshmen did a good job. They did an outstanding job. Tua and the offense did an outstanding job. A bunch of you LSU fans, I'm not trash talking. I got respect for y'all and your team, your boys, but I know y'all was shook. Y'all thought y'all was about to blow out Bama because y'all was up 33-16, and somehow y'all just quickly scored. After Bama had got 41. And I did also seen that they tried to go for a 2-point conversion. If they had converted, y'all would have had like 41. LSU would have had like 41. And Bama did score 41 points. What if they converted? Both teams would they would have went to overtime. And I think Bama would have won that game. Just like I think Clemson would have lost when they had won against UNC. They had got a little too greedy when they scored a touchdown. And then, Clemson got away with that. So Clemson had a big break. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. I wish LSU nothing but the best. If they go to the championship game and Bama don't, Bama's dynasty is not over, you know, because I know a bunch of y'all was doubting Bama when they haven't went to the championship 2 years in a row, when Florida State won in 2014 and then Ohio State won in 2015. And then look what happened the year after that. Bama won against Clemson. And then they went again against Clemson, and then Clemson won that one. And then they won again, and they played against Georgia. And then they won again, and then they went again, but this time they lost to Clemson. So out of 6 years of the playoff thing, of the playoffs in college football, Bama won 4 times in a row. They 2-2. Bama and Clemson is 2-2 since the playoffs started. Bama won. Bama won 1 against them. Clemson won 2 championships against them. And then Bama had beat them in the playoff game the year they had 2017 season, the year they had beat Georgia in the 2018 championship game. That's how it is, you know. The college football, the last college game is always a year after. It's always a week after New Year's Eve, and that's the big championship game. But yeah, that's all I got. I got nothing respect for LSU. I got nothing respect for LSU fans who knows and know all the facts that Bama is still that strong and powerful team. You know, I don't like talking. I don't like commenting to people. You know, a bunch of y'all be fucking ignorant. You know, y'all just internet geeks. I like going commenting back and forth. I'm not gonna waste my time, typing to y'all, because y'all don't get nothing. So I'm gonna just have to tell y'all to go look at this video. I'm not trash talking nobody, and that's all I got for today's video. But yeah, LSU going to the championship game. They're going to the SEC championship game. I want to see them in the playoffs. I like to see Bama and LSU play. Bama and LSU play again. But yeah, my predictions is Bama, LSU, Ohio State, and Clemson. Ohio State do have to play Penn State. That's a strong team. LSU have to play they might have to play Georgia in the SEC championship game. Bama have to play Auburn in the Iron Bowl. That's a regular season game. And Clemson have to play South Carolina Gamecocks. Gamecocks is a pretty strong team. I don't know how that's going to turn out, but we just going to see. But yeah, that's the end of my video. If y'all new to my channel, like and subscribe. This channel is not about football talk. I just had to get that out because I got sick of it. But my channel is about story, fitness workouts. If you want to get some abs, because 2020 summer is coming up real soon. If you want to know how to get an ab workout in, you want to get that tight 6-pack, go look at my ab workout videos. You want to laugh, go look at my story times, how I lost my virginity, how I got caught at my mom's house. If you want to look at a lit vlog, go look at my 2 vlogs, And that's all for today. Y'all have a good day. Like and subscribe if you're new, and remember to always stay humble. God's plan. Yeah, God's plan. Always stay humble. Y'all have a good day. A good Sunday.